Welcome to Miranda TV, a visual guide to your city. I'm your host, Nick Mary, and we're presenting you an opportunity to experience your hometown without ever leaving your home. Let's take a look at a few events that you might find interesting. On May 31st at Backstage Live, the legend himself, Snoop Dogg, comes to San Antonio. On June 2nd at Joe Sabi's Rock Lobster Fest with Girl in a Coma, Minus the Bear, Pinata Protest, and many other local bands. And finally, June 9th, Star Wars-lesque, a Star Wars burlesque show happening at Corova. And as always, for more upcoming events, visit www.piotopinche.com. When a Fortune 500 company named Rackspace opened its doors in San Antonio, people expected job opportunities and forward-thinking development. But what we didn't expect was Rackspace's contribution to the art community in the form of Luminaria, aka the Festival of Lights. By providing live music, art installations, and bridging the gap between culture and technology, Luminaria has, in just a few short years, become a shining light in South Texas. And now let's go on location with our correspondent, Taylor James Johnson.
Hello, this is Taylor James Johnson of Taylor Trash Productions. I'm here with Miranda TV, right in front of the Hemisphere Park. We are right smack in the middle of the Luminaria Arts Festival. This is the 5th annual, and this is one of the largest art festivals in the country. As you can see, all the craziness behind me, lights going off, artists just expressing themselves in any way they please. We've seen belly dancers, we've seen like digital video productions and music and awesome food too. I'm getting hungry and I'm getting thirsty. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's all about.
I like how everybody just comes out and we occupy our public space here, so we need more of that.
We need more belly dancing too. What's your favorite thing about Luminaria?
Everything.
Everything. Oh man, what's the worst thing about Luminaria? Him.
I drove my truck up onto the yard and hit the high beams trying to be part of the party, and police weren't too cool with that, so.
Oh man, well, you can get away with a lot here, but not that.
For Bank of America, Rackspace, and the Office of Cultural Affairs, and all the volunteers and all the artists to make Luminaria possible. Let's give it up for them. Yes.
Oh man, as you can see, everyone is crazy excited. You know who's the most excited? This guy. Hey. All right, Luminaria.
The city of San Antonio is known for two things: a soul-crushingly efficient basketball program and an appreciation for taking life slow. Suffice to say, not a lot of stuff changes around here, but when it does, people tend to take notice. Case in point, the 502, a new bar that within 6 months of opening has set a new standard for sound quality and live entertainment. Somewhere between a mini golf course and a movie theater, I sat down for a one-on-one session in the green room with production manager and sound engineer Derek Wynn. Hey. box, leather couches. For most touring musicians in need of comfort, this place must feel like heaven. So as we're sitting here in the green room of 502, it just makes me think about how even having a green room is something that's so different and outside the box for San Antonio music venues. And describe just sort of how this is a part of the package of what you offer to musicians in San Antonio that are trying to play shows for you.
I definitely think it comes down to caring about the musicians. You know, I want to have a place where bands can come and be comfortable. I think also it helps to get enthusiasm out of the bands when I let them know that I'm enthusiastic about their show and care about it, not just you're filling some time on our stage, but we want to have you here and we want it to be the best that it can be. I think that's another way of just getting, you know, the best out of people that you can, is letting them know when you care. Little things from day to day, just, I mean, even things like, you know, trying to keep the stage clean and, you know, making sure it's ready for the next night and not being sloppy, because
that is probably the thing that stands out the most, is how clean this place is. Like,
customer service, man. We're trying to do it.
It does not smell like smoke. It's not stuffy inside. It's a big enough place. It opens up. It doesn't look sticky. Like, you can actually touch.
It doesn't look sticky.
You know, it's not, the ground isn't sticky. The walls aren't sticky. The bathrooms are clean. Like, you actually, there's so many things that you're pulling off at the same time. Customer service and sound quality and, you know, willingness to like, I think it's the attention to detail that really makes 502 stand out.
Okay, we're definitely on the losing end of this game,
yeah,
so maybe it'd be a good time to go out there.
I think it's time to hang up my guns. So, first, what is this area? What do you think this actually...
You know what? I guess this would be like a regular bar area. If you don't want to just come here and see a show, they have darts, there are televisions. They serve popcorn all the time, some video games, and that giant iPod that I think is a jukebox.
Never one to benefit from a challenge that I had issued, I quickly found myself on the losing end in a game of darts and moved to brighter pastures.
Those coolers are filled from end to end. They got over 60 craft beers.
502's bar, a glowing epicenter with brands both local and national, and a diversity that could turn the heads of even the most pretentious of beer snobs. And on to the grand finale, the calling card of 502's reputation, the soundboard. Alright, question number one. What is all of this?
Oh man, all of this. Well, this is the Midas Venice F. This is our, you know, this is central command here. This runs the whole operation. So they put it on a touch screen where it's like, God, you know, if I want it to be red, all I have to do is, you know, push red.
Yeah.
You know, they took this and made it, I think, tangible where almost anybody can come up here and set the colors that they want and set a mood and make for a show, not just, you know, lighting up a band that's on a stage.
Yeah. Make for a show indeed. Whether local, touring, or otherwise, any band performing under these lights and with this quality of sound is truly elevated to another level. You just see the way that they have it set up so that you can actually be controlling the lights. So for instance, you hold one button and now you have a strobe light, which just goes to show the level again that 502 takes, adding an experience to not only national touring shows, but making local shows appear to be more professional. Alright, Derek, thank you so much for letting us come in here.
Oh, anytime, anytime.
On behalf of Miranda TV, we just want to say thank you to 502. Check out 502bar.com. Check out all of the shows that they're having. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, and make sure that you find their happy hour specials 3 to 8 every day. And if you want to come get probably the best local music experience and live music experience, this is the place.
Yeah, I started out producing out in Dallas, but not really, you know, just handing out beats to like different rappers and stuff that were local. I was doing like solo songs and shit probably since like 07, but no one was really biting. Switch House was really killing the scene around there, man. They were just like handing out beat tapes and shit, and that was, or, you know, mixtapes, and that was getting trickling over to Dallas and shit. But man, that shit really influenced me. Everything really, Wu-Tang, all that. But you incorporate that all together, and I guess that's what you get. You get me, I guess. I moved down here to San Antonio, and I didn't really know the scene. I didn't really know too many people because I've been out of the loop for a while because I've been living in Dallas. So I hit up the internet, And I just started emailing shit, and I just started trying to find people's emails, and I found a little beat on this website this dude was talking about him, so I was like, alright, this sounds pretty cool, the shit I was hearing. So I hit Little B up online, hit me with his email, sent him beats, and I was like, yo, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are rappers that I look up to, and I can just send them this shit. This is fucking awesome. So it just opened up a whole new floodgate of just trying to find all these rappers that I had shit in common with, or I loved, and just trying to get the music to them. And that's how I met Many Attractions and met Western Tink, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, that's how it started, you know, ASAP and all this shit. I hit her up and I was like, I like your style, man. I think you're really unique. She was rapping about just being a teenage girl, and I've heard girl rappers rap before, but I don't know, man. Some were trying to be gangsters, some were rapping, but they were still trying to be like a rapper. And she has those songs too, but she just comes off real, man. She was just talking about her life and her family, her dad and shit, and just boyfriends, and over MF Doom beats, really. I mean, she had good taste in beats, so I know she maybe she might click with my beats or whatever, because I mean, I fuck with MF Doom heavy, but I mean, we were like, hey, let's go do this thing. Everybody's saying like there's a record label behind this and all this other shit, but nah, it's just me and her and a few other people doing a video and sending shit out, schmoozing, and fucking we blew up a little bit. But shout out New York Times, man. Shout out Rolling Stone too. They reviewing us and shit, but never would expect any of that. Man, this is way beyond like my wildest dreams, man. Like it could all like go away tomorrow and I'd be like super happy, because this is like way more than I thought I'd ever accomplish. But I am grateful every day that it happened, that people pay attention and they like my shit. I mean, I always had confidence that people like my shit, but I didn't know really connect with people like that. No one really does, you know what I'm saying? It's weird that people just feel you like that, but I don't really feel like I made it. I feel like maybe I made like an impact, but there's still a lot more work to be done, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to do it, so I'm really grateful for the opportunity. San Antonio, man, it's a big market, but it's a small city mentality. And it needs to get out of it, man. You can do it, because I mean, I'm from here, and I'm doing what these people want to do or whatever, and it's just mentality, man. You have to be out there, you have to go travel or whatever, just see other people make it, and you realize you're not that much different from them, man. You can do it too, and it's fucking crazy. So go out and do it.
It's Moments with Madden. It's gonna review some things with Chauncey.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Moments with Madden. Just finishing my copy of Mockingjay and enjoying a cold Shiner Ruby Red. This is Chauncey. He'll be our co-host. Thanks, Chauncey. Our first album is from Here We Go Magic. A Different Ship is what the album's called, and it's on Secretly Canadian Records. The story goes that they played Glastonbury a few years ago, and not a lot of people were watching them, but they saw two people dancing in the front row. Just happened to be Tom York and Nigel Godrich. And Nigel Godrich decided he liked them so much that he was going to produce their new record. A Different Ship is sonically gorgeous. It's beautiful from start to finish and demands repeat listens. Check out the songs How Do I Know and Make Up Your Mind. Great video for How Do I Know, directed by Sean Peckinfold, Robin Peckinfold of Fleet Fox's brother. Chauncey? Chauncey gives Here We Go Magic's A Different Ship 4.5 Chaunceys. Beach House has a new album out on Sub Pop Records. It's called Bloom, recorded at Sonic Ranch Studios in Tomilo, Texas. Bloom picks up right where the excellent album Teen Dream left off, with lush vocals and beautiful soundscapes. French-born Victoria Lingard's haunting vocals are hypnotic. Bloom, to me, is Teen Dream's older sister. A great band who continues to mature on record. Why don't you go ahead and check out the tracks Myth and Lazuli. You'll love them. Chauncey, is there anything you wanted to add? Chauncey gives Beach House's Bloom 4 Chaunceys. There's a band from San Antonio called We Leave at Midnight. You may or you may not have heard of them. They have a new album out. It's called We Leave at Midnight. It was produced by Jaime Rader of Morris Orchids and John Daly. They did a really stellar job on this album. It's fantastic. I love it. The brainchild of John Daly, it is a complex, harmony-laden album with masterful guitar works, catchy bass hooks, excellent drumming, ragtime keyboards, and Beach Boys-esque melodies that will stay in your head forever. Check out the tracks Hold On and the Motown-infused Don't Wake Me Up. Oh, forgot to ask you, what do you think, Chauncey? Yes? Are you sure? We Leave at Midnight's new self-titled album gets 5 Chaunceys. From Chauncey the Gnome and Chris Madden, thank you for tuning in to Moments with Madden. See you next episode.
Hi, my name is Ernesto Olivo.
And I'm Jorge Gonzalez.
And we are part of Local 782 San Antonio Music Coalition Group. And today we're going to be doing a demonstration silk screening. You need a frame, you need a squeegee, spatula, which really helps, basic spoon, some packing tape.
Your inks, which you're going to use water-based ink on this one. And then we have your emulsion, which you spread on your screen. And then we also have your image, which you will use for your screen. Now your image itself is printed on vellum paper, which is a transparency paper. You can purchase this at mostly any hobby store, art store, and they have this as their supplies. And what you do is you print it as a standard copy, and this will eventually transfer onto your screen, which will become your future t-shirt, poster, or whatever you choose to screen.
I took one of the designs on the vellum paper, and what you do is you put it on your screen and you literally just put a little piece of tape to keep it on there. And then we took the other design, just put it right under here. So once you have your image on there, what you do is you're going to find a place where you can put your clamp light above it for about 2 to 3 feet high, depending on the wattage of your bulb. You can use a flood bulb that's like 150 watts, 250 watts, and that speeds up the process. Or you can use a standard fluorescent light bulb or a 120 watt light bulb, and it's just going to take a little bit longer. Once you've exposed your image to the light for about an hour to maybe an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, if needed, you take your image off and you get your images on the actual screen. Since we did use 2 images on there, we're only going to do 1 image, and so we have to make sure that the image below here is covered up so that the paint doesn't go through both images unless we want a really funky looking image. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this packing tape, and what we're doing is we're just covering the image that's below here so that when the paint comes to here, it won't go through there. So the next thing you want to do is you want to place this right where exactly where you want your image to go. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our paint, use a spoon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line going across the top, and it's going to cover from edge to edge of the actual image. Then remember that the squeegee has to be wider than your actual image, at least ½ an inch wider on both sides of your image.
I'm going to place my hands on top, keep it secure so that the screen doesn't move around and the ink smudges onto the t-shirt, because you want to make a clean swipe through, and so that's what Nessa's going to do right now.
So we're going to go ahead and squeegee the paint through the image, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold the squeegee at an angle, and the way that angle is now, I'm going to hold that same position of the angle all the way through.
And I'm just putting enough pressure to keep the frame in place, and like he said, put in same pressure so that the t-shirt and the screen, there's no space in between.
And that should do it. You should be able to lift the screen up and get a nice, perfect printed image.
And you get a hanger handy, and you put it inside and hang it up, and like Ernesta said, in about 10 minutes this is dry and you're ready to go. And then once you're done, once we have your t-shirts finished, the next step is to wash your screen, because like the t-shirts dry, the paint dries on the t-shirt, but paint also dries on your screen, and that's what you don't want to happen.
Yeah, it's very important, because that once the paint starts clogging the image, you can rinse it off, but the paint dries really quick on the actual screen itself. So right now, you know, probably about another 5 minutes is the longest we would leave paint just sitting on the screen like that.
So that was silkscreening 101, just a brief taste of what you can do from creating merchandise if you're a band, anything from tote bags to t-shirts. And for more information, you can find more online at local782.org. And you'll find out the next date for our next workshop on silkscreening.
Alright guys, thanks for joining us on this episode of Miranda TV. For more information, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Miranda TV Online, Facebook.com/Miranda TV. I'm your host, Nick Mary. You can find me on Twitter at MaryKid. And from all of us here at Miranda Studios, we'll see you next time.